So I was thinking to myself, right? The differences between single women and women that aren't single, right? There are only a couple of differences between a girl that is single and a girl that is not single, right? Check me out. So the girl that is single, right? A single girl, she's either single, most likely she's single because she either, you know, either she don't know a lot of dudes, probably don't go out to a lot of places. You feel me? But like overall though, most women are single and miserable about being single because they don't understand men. So it just goes back to what I was saying about misunderstanding male nature, right? They don't understand men. They meet men, talk to men, and they have a illogical like way of thinking of like or perception of reality that's just not real when they go talk to men. They expect something that's just not there, you know. And then you got some dudes that would play along like it's there, but whatever you're searching for, that little fantasy that you're searching for is not gonna last for 20, 30 years, 50 years until you die. So overall, it's fake. It's not real, right? In a female's mind, right? She doesn't. It's not to her. It's like it just doesn't make any sense to that a man is not primarily focused on the emotional side of a relationship. You know what I mean? That's why you have girls complaining to niggas about dumb stuff, and then dudes is like kind of give a vibe like, oh my gosh, like, oh, she complaining about some bullshit, man. Everybody deals with it on a different level, but that's just the way and the nature of things, right? Guys, we have emotions, but we don't focus on that dumb stuff that doesn't really matter. We don't focus on stuff that's not gonna affect us tomorrow, next week, or 2 years from now. We're not worried about that, right? So females don't understand male nature. They talk to men, and they don't understand that every time you talk to a man, you know what's going on. Two adults do not talk to each other just to say, "Hey, how you doing? Happy day." We don't, but nigga, when a man talks to a girl, or a woman, or whatever, nigga, you already know what he's thinking about. He's thinking about having sex with her. Like, come on, let's exit out of this reality. You feel me? Regardless of however you might get to know her in the future, they might be good friends or husband and wife, or whatever the situation may have you, bro. At first, initially, bro, it's because that dude wants to have sex with that woman. And a lot of women going around, they don't understand the concept of that because they believe in romance. Romance is another key word for fantasy, fake, false, phony. The only place you see a romance is on the TV. If you never seen a movie, if you never watched a romance movie, bro, or seen some fake shit on social media, people fronting like they're living some life, but they're not. They're actually miserable. It's just a picture. You feel me? Or a video. But nigga, once you realize the only place you see in romance, right? Romance is on the TV screen, right? That shit doesn't exist. Any man that's living in a romantic mindset, no woman wants him anyway because more than likely he's a soft soy boy. He's gonna be thinking with his emotions, and naturally a woman doesn't want a man to be thinking with his emotions, right? It's just not natural. It's not natural. Yup. And I know a lot of people is guilty of that. Me myself too. I'm guilty of thinking with my emotions sometimes too. But that's because you don't know better. You know better, you do better. You know. But you need to hurry up and take it into account that women view things from an emotional standpoint, from romance, which basically doesn't even exist. It's a fallacy, right? Your girl will break up with you and say that she's in search of somebody nicer than you, more romantic than you. She says that you're boring. You know, you don't go out all the time. She's tired of just staying in the house with you. Or you just coming over when y'all chilling or whatever. Not saying that y'all ain't supposed to go out and enjoy yourself every now and then, but they're trying to tickle their fancy. They're girls. They're all girls just want to have fun, right? You know what fun is to girls, bro? Wild shit. You don't want to wife no girl that wants to have fun, man. You want to wife a girl that wants to stay to her with her tradition of being a woman and have no problem with being a woman, right? And a lot of you dudes, when you pick up a girl, right? Like me, bro. Like I said, I'm not like. Hopefully, you know, some women get married that made mistakes or whatever. Somebody marries some of them. You know, if you have an ex-girlfriend, hopefully she gets married. She don't get dogged out or whatever. You know, I wish the same thing for on my side, but for the most part, like, bro, like, it's just sad because it just all comes from a misunderstanding of male nature. I kind of lost my train of thought looking at the damn squirrel run across the power line. But what was I gonna say, man? Whatever, it's gonna come back to me. Yeah, so it's just a sad case because, you know, like, it's just a misunderstanding of male nature. And oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, so today it's not the norm to, you know, get a good woman. It's the norm to have a mediocre woman. A woman that's been with somebody before you. That's already a negative, regardless how you look at it. You could be like, oh, you know, I don't care about that. Well, if you don't care about that, you know, you're just, you know, lowballing yourself. You probably don't look at yourself as a high-value person anyway. So if that's how you look at yourself, that's how you look at yourself. But, you know, you're going to marry a woman. You know, nowadays, especially women in America, bro. But America's all I know. Women in America, they don't really believe in being 100% submissive to their man, which is the law of the land, how it's supposed to be, how things are going to work in harmony. They don't believe in that. They believe in getting their own money, being independent, right, and all that bullshit. When all of that shit is just a fallacy, because a woman cannot be independent. And any guy that thinks that a woman can be independent is a soy boy. He's a damn blue pill. He's caught up in the matrix. How can a woman be independent? Women need rules and regulations to be independent, right? They need the government to pass laws to say, yo, if anybody says this, and this about a woman, you can go to jail, right? They need the government to pass laws. But if there wasn't no law that was passed, that was written down in a courthouse somewhere, right? Women couldn't get their way by force. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. And even if it's some magical world somewhere, you know, women winning a war against men, it's not gonna prolong for a very long period of time. It's just not. You understand where I'm coming from? So, everything that they believe in, their whole reality is false. Their parents, a lot of parents have failed a lot of these young women. A lot of moms and dads failed them. You know, not giving them the right instructions and how to maneuver and go through life. They just gave them whatever was on the TV. And the parents believe it too. Thinking, oh yeah, you know, you're my daughter. You can have as much freedom as you want as a dude. You know, you could go meet this girl over here. And remember now, girls are the weaker vessel. Whether you like it or not, this is what it is. So when I say weaker vessel, not only physically weaker, they're weaker spiritually. They're more easily tempted to do things that are wrong, right? You can easily talk about Adam and Eve, right? Satan didn't go to Adam first; he went to Eve first. Of course, Adam followed along because of his emotions with his woman, because he was a blue pill bitch. You understand what I'm saying? Adam should have said, "No, ho, I ain't going against what the Almighty Father said. I'm not going against him for you, you dumb hoe." That's what he should have said. That's what I would have said, right? But that's not the case, right? Yeah. So yeah, bro. So you're gonna give your daughter all this freedom, give her a car, give her all this shit. She's gonna go around. She's gonna go across town, meet this bitch named Becky. Becky come from a whole more dysfunctional household than she already comes from. She's learning shit from Becky. She meet all type of people through Becky. Meet all type of other friends. Meet all type of other dudes. Just living a reckless life. Every girl has their own little pace. Some girls sleep with more guys than some, have more fun than some. But regardless, they're all in the same boat. Rather, if this one if this one got 5 bodies, or this one got 10 bodies, it doesn't really matter, right? They're all pretty much loose, right? And for you to sit there and deny the fact, and to sit here and be like, yo, that's not true, you could find you a girl or whatever. Hey man, listen, bro, you're living in your own little reality. You're living like a girl. You're living in your fantasy. That's how girls live, right? That's why in all these little, I'm about to end this right now, but that's why in all these movies we see coming up, in these little fairy tale movies, like these little Tyler Perry movies. Remember that? I forgot what movie it was. You remember? I think it was a Tyler Perry movie when the dude, he something like a lawyer dude. He had like a badass chick, bro, married to this badass chick, bro. Had this prostitute girl, or something like that, bro. Like, I don't remember the story, bro. Bro, had this prostitute girl. Had her sleeping on the couch and everything. Like, bro, shit don't go like that in real life, bro. You think a lawyer is gonna take the time out of his day to pick up some prostitute bitch, and you could be like, oh, he knew her from high school or whatever, bro. Listen, bro. Listen, it's a fantasy that they believe in. They believe that they can just start over when they want. They could pick a man right now, it don't work out, cool. They go get them another man that's gonna work out. They're gonna meet some Prince Charming. That's just not how it go, right? They're living in a goddamn fantasy. Andretti out, man.